What's up, UglyAss niggas? This your boy J Miles, and I am back with another video. And you know what to do. If you're new, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, leave a like, comment, let me know what you're thinking. But most importantly, make sure you share it with your UglyAss friends. On today's video, we will be covering the Power Universe, and this one right here is titled "The Death of Pop Henry Revealed." And as you can see in the title, I have a question mark on it because I'm basically not saying that, 100% this is how she's going to be taken out or whatever. But this particular theory was brought to me by the Jamaican homie. Y'all know who I'm talking about. If you've been on my lives a lot, you know who I'm talking about. I think it's what channel name is Life something. I can't remember, but you know what I'm talking about. Shout out to you, man. He was on my last live, and he brought something to my attention that I thought was at least good enough to bring to my attention, that warrant a video. I'll say that because, as we know, your boy Kanan Stark, aka the most hideous character in the Power Universe, arguably, in episode 307 of the original Power, went to Breeze's apartment and unalived an older lady who was living inside of that apartment. Now, like I said, I have no proof or nothing like that of this being Pop Henry. But I must say, judging by what we've seen in Raising Kanan, there is a possibility. So with that being said, without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into this. Now, as we know that Breeze has finally surfaced in episode 410 of Raising Kanan. And we found out that he was the nephew of Snaps and Pop Henry.
Bramford Frady, our nephew. He is one of the brightest minds and boldest thinkers you will ever encounter. He is both a scholar and a visionary, learning and building at the same time. Gentlemen.
So, as you can see, he is the nephew of both Snap and Pop Henry. Now, if you've been following my channel and you've seen the video that I made stating that, it's possible that Breeze, because it seemed like Breeze puts business over everything, judging by his words and what we've seen at this very episode. We know eventually Kanan is going to find out that his auntie and uncle are behind the deaths of both his girlfriend, Crystal, and his best friend, Famous, right? So eventually, once he finds this out, he is going to want revenge. Like, he's not going to just let that go. Because keep in mind, he was so angry that he was willing to take down his mother for these two's death. So you know what he would do to Snaps and Pop Henry. So with that being said, I came up with the theory that it's possible he might target, Snaps and Pop, and of course those cops that actually did the dirty work. That once Breeze finds out about this and he sees that this conflict could be bad for business, I said that it's very much possible that your boy Breeze could give Kanan the green light to take out his uncle and auntie. But let's just say, for the sake of this particular theory, that some kind of way Pops slipped through the crack. Maybe she put it all on Snap some kind of way, and Kanan was able to let her go, and Breeze, was able to put it together that, they don't touch Pop, but Snap had to go, right? So this right here would warrant, if this is the truth, let's just say, like I said, for the sake of arguing, let's just say that this lady
You used to live in my apartment when you was young.
A friend of mine did. I was blocked over.
Oh.
So let's just say that this lady turns out to be the older version of Pop. Now, looking at her, I think it is very much possible. Now, did they come up with this already? About time. It was time for, about time they made this episode? No, because according to Courtney Kemp, they didn't know they were going to have spinoffs until after season 4. So this is season 3. Therefore, more than likely, they didn't have this plan. But looking at this lady here, she does look similar enough to Pop that you can pull it off to say that was Pop that Kanan took out in the, in that apartment. And it makes sense because his auntie could be the one living in the apartment after Breeze is gone. Or who knows, maybe she was living there with them then. Because keep in mind, look at what she said. I'm gonna wind it back a little bit. Listen to it again.
You used to live in my apartment when you was young.
A friend of mine did. I was blocked over.
Oh.
So the fact that you hear her saying that, right? That means that it seems like she has some sort of Alzheimer's or something like that. Like something's up with her memory. You know what I'm saying? She has some kind of memory loss. So if that's the case, if she has some form of dementia or whatever it is, she wouldn't remember Kanan. So that would explain why she didn't know what he was talking about. So for the ugly ass niggas that's probably getting ready to say, why didn't she recognize him? There's your answer, ugly ass niggas. So, and it also would kind of sort of justify why Kanan decided to take her out. Because, all we seen was the scene. We didn't know what happened, the details that happened beforehand. So knowing that Pop was the one that murdered his beloved girlfriend back in the day, and of course his best friend, that would warrant him being able to, just circling back and be like, F that B, I'm about to just go ahead and take her out. Breeze not around no more, because who knows? Maybe Breeze was the one that was stopping Kanan from taking her out then. But now that he is gone, he might say, hey, that deal is dead now. Breeze ain't no longer around. So that is the theory, my good people. I know this video is not too very long, you know what I'm saying? And I initially wasn't planning to go very long with this particular video, but I thought it was interesting enough, and we're definitely going to talk about this one too on the after hours show that I'm doing later on tonight. So be prepared to speak on that topic, whether or not Pop is this lady here, Pop, that Kanan ultimately ended up taking out. Let me know all of that and more in the comment section. But like usual, if you're cool with me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, leave a like, comment, let me know what you're thinking. But most importantly, make sure you share with your ugly ass friends. Until the next video, I'm out.